You know that feeling, right? You ask an AI to write something for you, and what you get back is, well, it's just kind of bland. It's generic, it's uninspired, and let's be honest, it's pretty much unusable. It's one of the biggest frustrations with these incredible tools. But what if I told you there's a simple, repeatable way to fix that? Well, guess what? There is. And it's a framework that can totally change how you get content from AI.
Okay, so look at this. This slide pretty much sums up the whole problem. We give the AI a really simple, vague request, like on the left, write a LinkedIn post about AI for entrepreneurs. And what comes out on the right? This generic, fluffy paragraph that doesn't really say anything new. I mean, it's technically correct, sure, but it's not helpful. And it's not just about the text, it's about all the time we waste editing and rewriting this stuff.
I'm going to bet that it does. We've all been there, right? Staring at a screen of AI-generated word salad and just thinking, where did I go wrong? But here's the thing. The problem usually isn't the AI. The problem is the instruction we give it.
And that's the good news. We don't have to just accept mediocre results. By shifting from a vague ask to a really structured brief, we can completely transform the quality of what we get back. It's not about some kind of magic prompt engineering, it's just about having a method.
And that method is called the A.I.M framework. It's a brilliantly simple acronym that stands for audience, input, and method. Just think of it as a little checklist to make sure your AI has everything it needs to go from being a generic content machine to, like, a skilled specialist who's working from a really solid brief.
So, first things first, we have to start with A for audience. Before you can create any great content, AI or not, you have to know exactly who you're talking to. Seriously, this is the foundation that everything else gets built on.
And check out the difference here. On the left, you got these vague groups like business people. I mean, what does that even tell an AI? Not much. But now look at the right. We're talking about specific people with specific problems, small business owners who are worried about costs. We're moving beyond just demographics and into their actual mindset. We're giving the AI their pain points and their motivations to work with. And that is the secret sauce.
So once we know who we're talking to, we move on to my favorite part, I for input. This is the framework's superpower, I swear. This is where you stop asking the AI to just invent stuff out of thin air, and you start giving it the specific, high-quality ingredients you want in the final dish.
This slide shows exactly what I mean by rich input. Instead of just one vague idea, you're giving the AI all this great stuff to work with. You're feeding it a specific statistic from a real source. You're giving it a concrete example of a retailer's success. You're even defining the tone you want, conversational but authoritative. And you're including the keywords you need to hit. Each one of these things acts like a guardrail, guiding the AI towards something that's actually valuable and substantive.
And that brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, M for method. This is where you get to be the director. See, it's not enough to know who you're talking to and what you want to say. You have to define how and where that content is actually going to show up. The format is just as important as the message itself.
For example, if you want a blog post, a good method instruction lays out the entire structure. You're not just saying, write a blog post. You're telling the AI, I need a 1,500-word article with 5 subheadings, bullet points for the main takeaways, and a conclusion that gives people clear next steps. It takes all the guesswork out and gives you a draft that's pretty much ready to go.
And of course, the method changes completely for a different platform. Let's say you want a Twitter thread. The structure is totally different. You tell the AI to format it as a 6 to 8 tweet thread. The first tweet needs to be a great hook that grabs attention, and the final tweet has to have a really clear call to action. You're basically passing on your own knowledge of what works on that platform directly to the AI.
Okay, so we've defined our audience, we've loaded it up with rich input, and we've specified the method. We took a simple one-sentence request and turned it into a detailed professional brief. So what's the payoff? Was it worth the effort? Let's take a look. I mean, the difference is just night and day. On the left, you've got that generic, crumpled-up result from our first try. But on the right, after applying AI, you get this professional, compelling post. You can literally see the specific stats and examples we fed it. It's structured perfectly for the platform, it's speaking directly to our target audience, and it provides real value. This isn't generic anymore. It's strategic.
So here's the crucial takeaway. Think of it like a formula. The quality of your AI output is a product of your audience depth times your input richness times your method precision. The key word there is times. They're multipliers. That means if any one of those areas is weak, if you just skip the input part, for example, your final result is going to suffer big time. You need all 3 to be strong to create that exceptional content. In the end, AI isn't really about making the AI smarter. It's about making us smarter. It forces us to think like content strategists, to turn a vague wish into a clear, actionable brief. So now you have the framework. The only question left is, what's the first prompt you're going to transform?